well, that guy can sing. And it was Tony Bennett. Well, I walked up and said, hey, Tony. I said, my name's Al. I said, I just want you to know I am a big fan. You are a great singer. And you know what was cool? When he did his sound check, and I was sitting there, I was a stagehand. We'd bring in equipment, set it up, and all that. But I was sitting there, and he sang, I left my heart in San Francisco. And when he got done with that song, he said, Al, how'd that sound? Now, for Tony Bennett to say my name, that was just like, oh, that was a cat's meow, whatever that means. But anyway, just a couple quick stories. Here's my buddy Steve Sterling. He's a minister in Dallas. He was on my TV show, The Big Al Show. Well, anyhow, I hope you're enjoying this, Herb. Man, you better buy me a hamburger, man. No, no, I take that back. The price of hamburgers now it's $2 for a McDonald's hamburger. You know what? Just pay for the meat. Now I can't. Never mind. Anyhow, just a few stories. Let's see. Oh, there's Tom Jones. Okay, well, Tom Jones. That's the back of my head. Well, he's in the yellow shirt. I'm taller than Tom Jones. Uh, let's see. No, what song? Not unusual to be loved by anyone. Now, see, I can't do that. Cassie's asleep, so I got to be quiet. But anyway, not him. He didn't give it to me. Um, uh, the stage manager brought me down. Back then, he had $50 champagne. That was big money when I was 35 years old. And anyway, I had some of Tom Jones's champagne. But let's see. I'm trying. Oh, here you go, Carl. Johnny Cash. Okay. Okay, I never met him. I got that. I picture at a garage sale, and I'm gonna tell you what. It's signed, and a lot of the pictures I have, I know that the people that come, the road managers, they write to Alan, and then of course they sign it. And but oh, BB King, the thrill is gone, babe. The thrill is gone away. Anyway, I met him, and we talked for 20 minutes. He was a class act gentleman, man. I love the guy. Uh, Roy Clark. I don't. Where's Roy Clark? I've got a bunch of hips. Oh, there's one of them. Uh, Anyhow, this is funny. I was looking for a TV screen today. I'm setting Kathy up, and I'll tell you about that later. I'm gonna keep talking, folks. I'm crazy, but looking for a monitor in my other. And here they are right in here, and I had no idea. Anyway, back there, there's Nina Rawls and Big Chuck and Hoolie. I mean, I got pictures. Uh, I'm a hoarder, folks. Although now Rick and Marvin, great friends from California. When Kathy and I played on Carnival cruise ships, hold on a second. I don't think you'll mind this. Okay, do I like this hat? No, I've got better, but that's okay. I'm gonna wear this hat because this is more significant. What happened there, dude? Man, it's looking shabby. Well, you know what? Carnival cruise ships. Now, don't I look like I'm at Puerto Vallarta, Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, Grand Cayman Islands, Cozumel, New Orleans? Before we've been to all those places. As a matter of fact, about 20 years ago with Mike Morris. Mike Morris, it wasn't Big Al that got us on Carnival cruise ships. It was Mike Morris. And one time they did 9 months. They wanted us for 9 months, but we'd only give them 6 weeks. I mean, when it was 10 below 0 up here, a few days later I was down in Puerto Vallarta swimming in the ocean. But Mike Morris had played on there for 9 months with the band, and they were younger. They were young, good-looking kids. Mike was probably 20 years old when he did Carnival Cruise, although they're from Cleveland, it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And anyway, Mike Morris said, "Hey Al, you want to go on a Carnival Cruise?" And I said, "Well, Kathy, oh, Kathy's great. Uh, hey, we can let her work with us too. So anyway, Kathy and I, right now, it, I'm so glad I feel this way. Um, I've got so many things to talk about. Like I have a dog right now, and he's the worst son of a. Oops. He chews up my $30 headphones. Sleep apnea. He chewed up that mask. Lucky I didn't die. Um, Kleenex tissues, everything on the floor. And I have pictures to verify that. I might show them later. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But anyway, I wouldn't take $1 million for that dog. And I'm so glad that my way of thinking. Um, tell you, anyway, what I was going to say is, and I'm not lying, you put down $20,000 right here, cash, boom, right in front of me. And we can use the money. We don't have a lot of money. We have some assets, but when your mother dies, when your Cassie's mom dies, when my aunts die, you accumulate stuff, and a lot of it's actually from them. So anyway, $20,000 cash to give up my memories of the cruise ship and the people I met and the things that happened, I wouldn't do it. Rick Powers, who we stayed on he had I'll say it's $160,000 boat, 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms. It was fabulous. So before we went on the cruise ship, we stayed with Rick Powers. And Rick Powers was a local fireman, a very good friend of ours. Rick Powers is one of the few in my life. If Rick Powers says, I'll be at your house Christmas with an elephant and 15 Cadillacs, you better get the driver because you can count on him and trust him 100 million%. But anyway, we stayed on his boat before we went on Carnival. Well, he was on the bay side, and across the street was the ocean, the Gulf. And so anyway, but right behind him were these beautiful condos. They were probably, I'm pretty sure, $750,000 for just one. I mean, they were unbelievable. Anyway, my computer shut off. That's why I lost sight. There we go. Um, the people we met there, Rick and Marvine, they were fabulous. But anyway, they were in real estate and they sold and they lived there, but they sold condos there. So anyway, they had so much asset money. They took their whole crew. I'm thinking it was about 10 people, and brought them on a cruise ship for a week just to hear Alan Kathy, Mike Morris, and the Time Tracks Band. So anyway, when they were on the ship, we got to be friends with them, and they even offered to pay Rick's way, but I think Rick didn't want to take advantage and turned it down. But anyway, on the cruise ship, matter of fact, if you want to see that, if you go to Big Al's Sing One, you'll see Big Al's tour, and you can see the Carnival Sensation, and I'll take you through it and show you rooms and it was like old home week for me. But anyway, what happened was Rick and Marvin were on the ship. We got to be friends. We went to Puerto Vallarta, rented a taxi, went all over the place. No, yeah, that's right, Puerto Vallarta. We had a ball. And so anyway, they sold real estate. So in Cabo San Lucas, when it was beautiful. Listen, I lived in Florida. I've been to California. Uh, I want to go on a cruise. Yeah, okay, but it was so beautiful in person. And you're standing up on the 12th floor on the Carnival cruise ship, looking out, and it was so beautiful. I started laughing. I said, "Oh my God, this is unbelievable!" And and Puerto Vallarta is where the movie Predator was made, and Elizabeth Taylor and Nixon had homes there, and we went up and we saw them. We did all that stuff. But anyway, Rick and Marvin, we got to be friends. Well, she was bragging to me. They had Mexican blankets They were $30, and I'm not talking the cheap ones. Do I have one here? Nope, nope. They're in the other room. Okay, but anyway, this isn't your cheap Mexican. They were really nice. So anyway, she said, "Al, I got them down for $25. I got them for 25. I bought three of them." And I said, "Well, when you play on the ship and you have that tag here, let me show you. There they are. I like to show off a little bit. But anyway, when you wear those, I mean, when you go to a place and there's four Carnival ships, if you got that on, all their formats are different. So I'd walk on the ship, and I mean, different ones, Kathy and we were amazed. One of them might have a Chinese look to it, or one of them might be about the old history. I mean, it was incredible, wonderful, wonderful experience. But anyway, another thing I was saying, like I say, I wouldn't take $20,000 to erase my memories. 100,000? Hmm. Let me ponder that. Just let me think about 100 grand. But it was so cool, so wonderful. And there we go. Oh, anyway, how about my mind going in and out? But anyway, I told Marvine, when you have that badge and you make friends with these people, 4 or 5 weeks, I could get those same blankets for $9. Why? Because I was in the band, a singer on Carnival cruise ships. Uh, I made friends. I love to talk to people. I love to make friends. And luego lo que mira mañana, trabajo bien dentro. Uh, la comida, bonita, señorita, de nada, señor. So, to make friends, I could get those blankets for $9. I told Marvine, she goes, "Oh my God." She said, "Do you think I could get a few more?" I said, "Absolutely." So, you're allowed up to $500 worth of stuff. And I think she bought about five more, whatever, at $9. And of course, they they had enough money they could have bought them for $100, but still, everyone loves a deal. It's human nature. So anyway, how am I doing? I'm up to 44 minutes and 54 seconds. But you know what? I'm gonna keep talking because I love to hear myself talk. Love it. How about a fake smile? Okay, I don't like being phony, but I just did it there for a split second. Um, let's see what else. Oh, so anyway, to make a long story short, Rick, oh, Cabo. We went to Cabo. This place had these rock out of the water. It was breathtaking, beautiful. And you look at them, oh, and they look big, but you'd realize these huge rocks, and you'd see a boat, and it looked like an ant. They were so huge, but you could see Cabo San Lucas, Oprah Winfrey, and John Travolta were actually there on the same day. Their birthdays may be the same. I don't know, but no, excuse me. That's where they went. They would go to Cabo. It's really beautiful. And if you go to some Big Al Singman cruise ships, uh, they had a jacket there. It was like an Alaskan big, heavy, $1,000. Oh man, if I'd have had 1,000, I'd love that jacket. And you can actually see it if you go through the cruises. You'll find it. But anyway, they one of the people that owned one of their condos had a home in Cabo, and he had homes. He was from Europe and England, I think, and he had homes there. He had homes everywhere. Well, I remember looking up on this huge mountain of things, homes, and this, and it was up there, and it stood out. It was like a big. It was huge, and I even thought, I wonder what that is. Well, Rick and Marvin said, "Come on and go with us." So we went up there, and I've got a picture of that somewhere too. But went up there, and it was this gentleman's house that owned a condo where Rick and Marvin sold them. And the guy said, "If you're ever in Cabo, stop in. If I'm not there, my butler will show you around." Well, we went up there, and this place is a man. It's huge. So we get in there and we're going through this place, and Big Al says, "Wow, this is beautiful. This is," and the what's it, butler or whatever. He said, "No, this is the guest quarters." And I went, "What?" And when he took me into that place, and Marvin and Ken, that was her husband, they're laughing, they're having a, they thought it was uh, great, and we just loved it. And you get up on top, and you could see down, you could see the Carnival ship. The view was just breathtaking. But anyhow, Marvin and Ken, we got to be very good friends. Well, they insisted. They said, "Al, when you and Kathy come back, it's 2 days before your." Oh no, yeah, it was 2 days before your flight leaves. We want you to stay with us. Well, I think they had 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, uh, and they put on a party for us. Kim was a big time fisherman, and man, they treated us like royalty. Okay, so what happened was, unfortunately, and I don't like talking negatives, but Ken was a good looking man, a lot of temptations, and Ken was cheating on Marvin. Well, Marvin got a divorce, and Rick Powers, our friend from Akron, who used to do everything for everybody, great guy, they hooked up and they've been together now since 2000. That's when we did the cruise ship, a little after 2000. And anyway, but when they come to Akron, and we loved it because they would take us out to Portage Lakes on the pontoon boat. And Rick Powers, he's analytical. He is so sharp. He's sharp, 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 and it would be like a guided tour. And so, but anyway, and I just had another train of thought. I forgot about something. And as we're going, I'll come back to it because it's been 49 minutes and 34 seconds. But, anyway, back to, I'm going to jump, I'll be jumping around because this is all improv, all ad lib. And you know that. But, anyway, oh, Dave Corday. Uh-oh. Yeah, you're not going to like this. I shouldn't squeal, but I think I will. I think Carl McCullough says my Willie Nelson might be it's as good or maybe better than yours. I won't quote him because I don't want to get him in trouble. But Dave Corday and Vicky, they run one of the best karaoke's in town. Very personal. They're pet lovers, like Kath and I and Neva. They are just wonderful people, and anyway, but he is very smooth. I love his voice. When I lived in Houston, Texas, um, I lived with a girl, and to make a long story short, she worked at Coastal Trucking, vice president, beautiful girl, 3.5 years, and she cheated on me. So at the time, I was benching 390 pounds. I was dangerous, and I figured, you know what? Uh, to make a long story short, I told her I'm leaving, and and so anyway, I went to Houston. I heard about all the jobs, and so anyway, I wanted to give her space. So I went to Houston, Texas. So and I forget even what I'm going to tell you, what I was going to tell you there, but um, give me a second. See if do I have any more hats in here? Yeah, hold on. All right, what the heck is this? This is like, man, this is a goofy looking. I've got a lot more hats in my other room. There's some of my wigs, and I've got headbands, and oh well, because there's for my disco. There's my Elvis wig, and let's see. Okay, I'm back again. Yeah, wait to get to be my age. This hat. Now what's going to pop into my mind? Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. Nah, no, what am I holding that? I don't have to hold that. Yeah, let me relax here. You know what? What do I have here? Some pictures. You know, Yeah, there's no need to show you these, but you know what? I might make this a 2-hour video. Uh, there's Kathy and I. Where is that? Oh, that's Cozumel. The thing about Cozumel, folks, you can get, if you smoke or drink, half price. So stock up on the cigarettes and the booze. Okay, let's see what this is. Oh, that's Carnival Sensation out of Tampa, Florida. There's Kathy and I with Mike Morris and Time Track. And let's see. Oh, where's that? Oh, Grand Cayman Islands. Okay, the thing about Grand Cayman Islands, like England, they drive on the wrong side of the street. Okay, and here I am again. Anyway, as Elvis on the cruise ship. And if you want to, there's a thing where it goes, I'm walking around promoting, wearing my Elvis outfit, and this lady said, I mean, this wasn't too bright. I mean, come on. I mean, with the Elvis sideburns, I'm impersonating now. This lady goes, we're walking through, and the security cop, we got to be friends, and I sent him pictures of him with me. And anyway, we're walking around. He's like my bodyguard. We're having a ball. So this lady goes, oh, who are you supposed to be? And I said, well, I'm Johnny Mathis. Everybody knows this is Johnny Mathis week. Chances are. Anyhow, that was crazy. Okay, let's see. And this is just a backdrop. That's like from the Titanic. And that's on Carnival when we took pictures there. There's Kathy. That's in, oh yeah, Cozumel again. No, and I'm going to try and make this real fast. Okay, and let's see. I don't even know how well you can see these. Oh, Elvis. Oh, man, look at that. I was a king, man. I was a king. Okay. Oh, if you've ever been to St. Pete, Florida, and been to Sarasota, the Skyway Bridge, the original bridge actually collapsed from a ship hitting it, and people were killed. I think a bus went over and different things. So anyway, still talking here. But they built this new bridge, and it is huge, humongous. So to see the ship, we only cleared this much. Well, that's the way it looks, but that bridge is, and that's how big, that cruise ship is just unbelievable big. Okay, let's see. And there's Kathy and I again. And that's Mike Morris, the young gentleman in blue. And that's his dad. His dad plays with Eddie and the Edsels. He's a drummer. The whole family is musically brilliant. I mean, they are spectacular. Mike plays the keyboard and the left-hand bass. That's called independent thinking. And that's so difficult. But his dad is Dan from Eddie and the Edsels. That's the keyboard player. There are three brothers, and they are one of the hottest groups. They are really, in Cleveland, they do a great job. Well, anyway, and you know what? We're talking here. I might talk 2 hours. I like to talk. But anyhow, my buddy Don Elvis Wright was doing an Elvis show on Britain Road. It used to be the old Mama Llamas. And how do I remember that? I don't know. But anyhow, he talked me into coming out to see him. Well, his girlfriend, she loved Elvis. Well, Gary Green, used to be Gary Green's girlfriend, and he used to do Elvis at the Country Palace, and he's one of my very best friends. So anyway, I went out there. Well, Don Elvis Wright never heard me play, but he knew that I used to play guitar. Well, when we went out to see, Eddie and the Edsels was backing him on the show. He introduced me to Eddie, and I'll say Eddie because that's what I think he's got a different name, but anyway, he told him I play guitar. We bought a guitar, and I said I haven't played in years. I don't play anymore. I didn't even have a guitar at the time. Well, anyway, what did he do? They called me up to play guitar. So I went up, and they said, well, play another one. I played a couple songs, And I said, well, do you want me to sing one? Oh, you sing too? Yeah. So I ended up singing a couple more songs, and they said, boy, a lot of bands would love to give a hold of you in Cleveland. Can I have your number? I said, well, Kathy and I have a karaoke business. At the time, we weren't doing much. I said, but I'm not really looking. He said, well, just please give me your phone number. Well, about 2 months later, this gentleman calls. It was Mike Morris. Okay, Dan, his dad is Eddie and the Essels. His wife is Rock and Remember with the other brother, Mike's brother, Dan's son. They played in the band. They were great. And then Time Tracks, Mike Morris, and he's the one that got us on the Carnival cruise ship. Well, anyway, um, I wonder if I get a Grammy for this. And listen to me, I won't slap anybody. You know what? Well, man, I understand when you're in love and it's a split decision, you snap. No one's perfect. And Chris, you took the punch like a man. Uh, it all worked out. Forget about it. Don't worry about it. You know what? I'm gonna go naked. Hope you don't mind. I'm a little embarrassed, but not much. Oh, you good-looking dog, Yul Brynner, you. But anyhow, oh my God, we're what? Oh, anyhow, so this Mike Morris calls Dan's son from Time Track. He said, yes, is Big Al there? And I said, yeah, there's Big Al. And he goes, listen, we need a guitar player. This is on Thursday. We need a guitar player tomorrow night and Saturday night. We're playing at the Ramada in Youngstown. And I said, well, I'm not any good and I don't play anymore. And he goes, well, my dad says you're good and that's all I need to know. And I said, well, I don't have a guitar. He said, I'll furnish it. I don't have an amp. I'll furnish it. I said, how much does it pay? He said, $90. I said, well, how big of a jam are you in? He said, we've called we can't find a guitar player. He said, even if you just standard, we need a body, whatever, it's under contract. And I said, well, if you want to write out some chord charts, you can do that. But you better find somebody good for Saturday because I don't play anymore. Well, I went out there, started playing. They're smiling, him and the drummer. And then when I sang, what was my first song? Oh, come on, baby, don't you want to go down the same old place? And they're just grinning. And they said, Al, do you want to join our band? And I was an old man. They're 20 and I'm 45. And I said, yeah, sure. I'll join you. And he told me, he said, you're better than most guitar players that think they're good. And even his dad said, Al's got an edge on his music and on his singing, which coming from them was like, wow. They did a show in Massillon. They shut down the town. It's a big car show, big deal. Well, I sat in with them, and when I got done singing and playing, I said, it's a real privilege, a pleasure to sit in with Eddie and the Essels. And anyway, he said, Al, he says, you're too modest. He said, it's a pleasure to back you. So anyway, made my day. I'll be right back. Tears on my pillow. Oh, man. So anyway, do I have any more? Oh, my God. Of all the hats. Okay, back to some pictures, folks. That's a New Orleans big wall. Oh, and this is a Lido deck. Now, what's the Lido deck? Now, on Carnival Cruises, that's one of the main smorgasbord floors. And when you're on for a couple of weeks, you learn the ropes. What do you want? Do you want prime rib at 3 in the morning? Bzz, bzz, bzz. You get whatever you want, okay? They didn't. Now this is weird. We weren't allowed to gamble, which I understand. You know, if you're on a cruise ship, and no way, an hour and 2 minutes, good. If you're on a cruise ship and you gamble and you won $100,000, I and being an employee, I wouldn't blame a cruise a customer at all. We can't do that, so I didn't mind that. Well, what was weird was, of course, people always constantly want to buy you drinks. They think you're a celebrity, but um, like I said, we're allowed to gamble. I told you that, but um, Coca Cola, we had to pay for our cokes, which was $1, but I thought that was anything you want to eat, prime rib, whatever, and you can have milk, lemonade, orange juice, V8 juice, uh, just tons of stuff, free food, and they charge you for Coke. Well, we had I took a little refrigerator in our room. We didn't have a fridge. We had a TV and everything else. Our room on the cruise ship was equivalent to what the doctors had. Like the hard workers, and all, they were down below. We were on the top. We had a very nice room. We loved it. But okay, here's Kathy in New Orleans. Now, right behind her is what's the name? Is it the Sun Bowl Super? I forget. But anyway, the stadium back there. Okay, let's see. Oh, uh, now check that out, folks. Okay, there I am in New Orleans. Okay, am I going the right way? I hope so. Yeah, oh, there. Now this is funny. On the Carnival Jubilee out of California, we played in the big front room. The big front room where they read charts and the big show. People were dancing. They're at that end of the ship, the front. We're in the back in a Vegas type room. Probably seats about 300. Well, that's the room we